Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Star Flames and we're back with another video. In this video guys, we're gonna talk about Kanye West announcing a new show, and he's saying that this show will be hosted in Slovenia. I think he dubbed it as a live performance, and I don't think it's going to happen. Let's talk about it. And I'm hoping that they cancel this show. Now, when I do these videos, people say that I've sold out and I've turned against Kanye West and I'm a big sellout. And this is where, education, knowledge, consciousness, and awareness comes in. Now, I know that I cannot pay attention to a lot of these Kanye West followers because many of them are of unsound mind as Kanye, and they refuse to get help. And when I look at the messages that they send me on Instagram and some of the comments they have in my comment section, you can tell that many of these Kanye West supporters, they are unwell. Not all of them, but many of them are, right? Many of them, they support him because of the good things he has done in his past and how positively uplifting his music has been, his, words has been, and they are hoping that and praying that he would get back to that version of himself. So with some people, it's not that they want to be mean or, brutally aggressive to anyone. It's just that they believe in this man. They have faith in God. They know that with God, the possibilities are endless, or whoever their deity is. But, they just believe that it's not impossible for him to come back. And kudos to those people. Keep praying for him because I believe it's not impossible as well. But I also believe in the midst of that, Kanye should have a reminder. Kanye should have the reminder that it's not okay for you to drag women, kids, and promote violence against different communities and get away with it. And I know that people are often narrow-minded. They can't see, outside of a particular scope. And if it rains, blame Kim. If the sun shines, blame Kim. Whatever happens to Kanye, irrespective of the fact that Kanye is doing these things to himself, blame Kim. Because Ye has been successful enough to brainwash people when he's mentally unwell. I don't know how people have upgraded themselves to that, but kudos to those who have. Now, as I've said, and I'm going to keep reiterating, I have nothing personal against Kanye West and people who said that I've sold out. First things first, I wasn't Kanye's friend. I've never met this man. Kanye West has never reached out to me and say, girl, I like the facts that you're coming with, supporting me and exposing these lies against me. Here's $1. So I don't know how it is that I'm a sold out or I'm a sellout, because we never had that relationship first to begin with. I was a content creator creating content from my observation, which means that I'm a freelancer. And once the weather changes, I have to adjust my sail because that's what freelancers do. You're not going to be at sea and be trapped in a bad weather and be out there giving up and say, okay, you know what? The storm is up on us. I'm in the middle of the ocean. I'm not going to set sail and try to get myself out of here. I'm going to stay in the storm. Only a fool would do such a thing. So the weather has changed exchanges and I have to adjust my sale. I cannot be on the internet supporting a violent, dangerous behavior that is going to lead to the end of Kanye West. And when Kanye West is, taken off the planet, I'm going to be like, oh my God, I contributed to that consciously. Absolutely not. I'm not going to contribute to a man's downfall consciously. I think they need to cancel Kanye West consistently until Kanye West helps Kanye West consistently. Because if you're not observing, that's the only thing that can be done to save Kanye at this point in time, from my personal point of view. And I have evidence to prove what I'm saying to you guys. I'm not just saying it, okay? I'm not just saying it because I have no idea what it's like living with Kanye's illness, but I do have an illness of my own. And as someone living with Graves' disease, and that Graves' disease takes you into the territory of heart failure, idiopathic chronic urticaria. I understand that it's not easy, and I understand that it takes money. It takes millions of dollars, okay? It doesn't take thousands of dollars. It takes millions of dollars to live any quality lifestyle with such illness. You may say, but you're a Jamaican. Healthcare is free in Jamaica. That's not true. It's not even half true. It is so false. It's just a false statement, a false narrative that is consistently pushed around by the government. It's not real. So if you're thinking that I'm going to move to Jamaica, I'm going to become a Jamaican citizen because I have an illness, and if I move over there, I'm going to get free healthcare, you're only going to die. You're going to die. And I'm going to keep it real. You're going to be dead, okay? You better be coming with millions because it's not free. It's not free. They have free clinics here that you can go to, but guess what? If I show up to that free clinic and I say, you know what? I have a UTI or I have chronic migraines, and they say, what's your medical history? And I say, I have Graves' disease. They say, we can't see you because the truth is you have a chronic illness and we don't know what painkillers to give you because they have what they call general practitioners at these clinics. And these general practitioners, they are advised not to see some people. So half of the population that has a chronic illness, or more than half, they really don't have access to these free clinics because while the doors are open and you can go there, no one is going to see you. No one is going to see your ass, even for a simple headache, because you have a chronic illness. And as such, if we even give you Panadol, it can trigger something else, and they don't want to take that responsibility. And you would think that the government would upgrade the system to at least put in one decent healthcare specialist to see the people who are coming in with chronic illness. Absolutely not. So I'm sharing my story to say I understand the struggles of living with a medical condition. And I understand that you have to get up every day and you have to fight 10 times harder than the average citizen. But am I giving up? Absolutely not. Am I going on social media to hurt people because I'm feeling hurt? Absolutely not. I lost my mom in November, and before I lost my mom in November, I was in the hospital battling for my life. And that is trauma upon trauma upon trauma. And now I'm watching my father die slowly. And I laugh. And I laugh because it's not funny, but it's because I want you all to know, because people tend to think that you can't see me, so I'm not a real person. I'm a real person with real challenges. But do you see me on the internet dragging the Jamaican government to say, die, die? You should die. You should feel the pain. Am I on the internet supporting people who are practicing unhealthy or bad behavior? Absolutely not. I get up every day and I fight and I choose consciously to fight the good fight. And where I need help, I reach out and I ask for help. I create a post on my community tab and I say, I need help. I need financial help. But what the Kanye West crazies do, they weaponize that against me. And this is how you know that something is wrong with us, black people. And we blame white folks for it. But here's what we have been doing to each other. We have been burying each other. We have been downgrading each other. And we have been, digging each other's ditch by not fostering healthy practices and healthy behavior. When someone black commits a crime, we support them and say, but he's not the first that did it. Oh, he was in a bad place. But listen this, and I want you guys to hear me out. If a black woman comes on social media and she asks for help, she's immediately driven to ridicule and shame. Wendy Williams came on the internet. She asked for help. She has millions of dollars that she doesn't have access to. People weren't willing to help Wendy. Only a few, right? I've seen Chronicle Speaks using her platform to help Wendy, and I've seen quite a few others using their platform to help Wendy. Wendy did not get the help she needed until Tasha K used her platform to say help Wendy. That's when Wendy got the significant help she needed. No, the point is, as black people, we're already predisposed to ridicule, insults, shame whenever we ask for help. Because if you're not out here being messy, if you're not out here stripping down and being naked and twerking, you're not a black woman that is deserving of help. People will want to use that against you to drive you to shame and ridicule. While a white woman or a white man can come to the internet and they will be like, we don't want to lose our home. And they live in a luxurious mansion and they'll have 5 cars in their garage. And I'm talking about luxurious cars. And they'll tell you they don't want to lose their homes. They don't want to lose any of their assets, but they need $3 million. And they'll get that $3 million within 24 hours. While if a black woman does that, she's automatically told, or a black man, if it's a black man, the black man is told he's weak. He needs to get off the internet, stop crying. If a black woman does that, she's told, you need to sell your house. You need to sell your car. And that is because of the dangerous practices that we have encouraged within our community. So how does this relate to Kanye West? And how does any of this relate to Kanye West? Here's how it relates to Kanye West. Kanye West was on the internet as a man that was clearly mentally unwell. And he was there consistently ruining his brand, his image, his legacy on a daily basis. And people were there, yay, Kanye, you're speaking the truth. Fight for the people. How the heck do you encourage a man who is sick to fight for the people when he's not fighting for the people consciously, but you're not encouraging him to fight for himself nor his kids? How do you encourage a man to not fight for himself first? And how was he fighting for the people by being messy? When Kanye is constructive, everyone listens. Even the people who loves to hate him, they listen and they are so offended that they cannot even demand him to be cancelled. They have to be having debates because he leaves the internet in such a what we call chokehold that they can often debate and dispute what he's saying, but they can come up with little excuses to say he's wrong, but those excuses, they don't hold up. They don't stand. So the thing is, we love to foster and culture unhealthy behavior so much that we think it's normal. We think it's healthy. We think it's the right thing that we're doing. Whenever someone black commits a crime, so what? He's not the first to kill someone. He's not the first to do this, and he's not the first to do that. We don't uphold each other. We don't uphold each other in a healthy, positive sense. Because when Kanye's legacy was taking the hit on social media, many of us were not looking ahead. Many of us weren't even looking at his kids. When Kanye West took that photograph of his daughter, an innocent photograph, many people could not see the danger in what he was doing to that child, himself, nor his brand. When Kanye was over there saying that he haven't seen Saint since the start of 2025, irrespective of the fact that there was clear evidence that he has seen Saint, he was with Saint, people believed him. They started a petition to support him, to say, let Kanye West see his child, irrespective of the fact that we should know better than that, because he was displaying signs of being mentally unwell, and we know what happens when these kids are allowed in such, unpredictable circumstances. It can turn out to be bad for the father and the kids, wherein Kanye may do something or say something where he gets his custodial rights completely taken from him, and the child end up with trauma or even getting hurt. And because people love to hurt Kim so much, because people love to hate Kim so much, even for no reason, and for some people, they have valid reasons, that whenever Kanye West does it for them, yeah, Kanye, you're my man. You're my boy. You're doing it. You're doing it big. Kanye is God. Kanye is right. But now that Kanye's mental health is declining, people weren't even looking at that. People weren't even looking at the fact that the man that they're calling God, the king, is losing himself and was slowly dying because people are so sick, they're so twisted, they're so misled that any form of revenge to them is good, even if it means that it's going to come at the sacrifice of his legacy and his health, physical health and mental health. So everyone was cheering Kanye West on in the time of the bad behavior, in the time of his unwellness. But when Kanye West went to Japan, and this is what I want people to look at, and this is how you know you have real people and fake people, and this is how you know you have to be very careful of the people that are cheering you on, the people that are supporting you and what they are supporting, because it may seem as though these people have your best interests at heart, and it may seem as though these people love you and support you, but they're only supporting your downfall, and they're only supporting you to your detriment, because Kanye West has been supported to his own detriment. Now, Kanye West was having a listening party in Tokyo, Japan. Tokyo, Japan says, no, you can't do this. We have supported you through you lashing out at the Jewish community, you lashing out at the black community, you speaking all sorts of derogatory, but we realize that you're unwell, and you're refusing to get the help that you needed. And you have been unwell to the point where you're attacking your kids, and people keep making excuses to say he did not attack his kids. He did not denounce his kids. What the heck do you think he was doing? If you have any level of consciousness within you, any fiber of your genetic makeup, and you say that man did not attack his kids, something is wrong with you. If you say that man did not denounce his kids, something is gravely wrong with you. And if you say Kim had something to do with that, something is even more seriously wrong with you. Because that man said repeatedly he regrets having kids with Kim Kardashian. He should have had kids with Paris Hilton. Kanye needs to know that Paris Hilton, or people like Paris Hilton, doesn't fuck with people of his kind, black people. And the only way they would have messed with Kanye is if he had more money than them, and they needed his money and power to get to a certain status. But once he was beneath them, because they may laugh with black people, they may hobnob and canoodle with black people, but many of these people, it is oftentimes for their own personal gains, not because they love us, not because they F with us, not because they dig us. Absolutely not. So I don't know when people are going to wake up to realize and accept things for what they are. So when Kanye was going out saying, I should have had kids with Paris, Paris don't want you. Paris is praying that you stay away from her radar. You know, you might have hugged Paris in the past, and Paris might have hugged you in the past, because I'm sure Paris is a nice girl, but she doesn't F with you like that, you know? So people laughing at, yeah, Kanye, it's true, because Kim is a hoe. Kim is this. Kim is that. What about what his words has done to those kids? Those kids are going to be around him now. But you know what's going to happen to those words that he has said? And those kids, even though he has said it in the time when he's not well, it's going to keep eating away at those kids. And Tokyo did a good thing. They canceled him. So when they canceled his listening party, because Tokyo was Kanye's refuge and hiding place, he could declare war against every community in the United States, and then he would go on to Tokyo, Japan, China, and he would make money. But he went too far. He was attacking women. He was saying that women fantasize about being, R-worded, and people were bobbing like bobble-head dolls. It's true. It's true. Not realizing that women who fantasizes about those things, they have a disorder. It's a mental disorder. And there you go once again, nodding, signing off on mental disease. People have mental issues. When you feel sad, when you feel depressed, it's a reason to call out from work sick, because mental health is real. And it doesn't matter how you want to look at it, mental health is real. So when you nod off and you sign off to mental health problems on the internet, you're part of the problem. So my point is, Kanye West was not willing to change his behavior for nothing. And people cheered him on until he got canceled in Tokyo, Japan. And then everyone hands was up like, not me, don't look at me. I can't help you. I can't help you. I can't help you. All along, the internet was helping Kanye West, creating violence against everything and everyone. But the moment he got canceled, because he's now being held accountable by the countries who would foster him and would provide a city of refuge for him. So now he's being held accountable. Everyone was like, hands off. I don't have anything to do with that. That's not me. I didn't do that. I can't help you. I can't convince them to allow you to have the listening party. Hands off. Hands off. So now that Kanye has ruined his brand and his, supporters in the back helped him to ruin the brand, they can't help him to fix it. They cannot, because you cannot go into Tokyo, Japan and say, you're going to have to let this mother have a show or else. You don't have that power. You don't have that control. And what did Kanye West do when he realized that Tokyo, China, they're not going to facilitate his behavior anymore? What did Kanye West do at that point? Kanye West says, I'm no longer anti-Semitic. Kanye West then says, I love all people. Do you see what is happening? He's now realizing that he's cornered. He's going to have to get help because your behavior is not being accepted. So he's only willing to help himself. He's only willing to save himself if people are willing to save him first. So when Tokyo, China, Japan, and everyone else starts canceling him, he's like, okay, I'm going to have to fix this. I'm going to go to rehab. I'm done with nitrous oxide. Do you realize what took effect? Cancellation makes Kanye West a better person. And people may not like the fact of that, but it's true. Cancellation makes Kanye a better person. I don't support when he was cancelled for saying he's going to go DEFCON 3 on Jewish people, because that's him saying that he's going to go the highest level of defense. I believe there should have been an open dialogue on both sides with members of the Jewish community and Kanye West to understand his point of view. I don't support Kanye West generalizing against the Jewish community when his problem is with a handful of people. I don't support Kanye West's account being frozen and the court document being sealed and Adidas accusing him of stealing money, knowing damn well he didn't. That was wrong. But for everything else, Kanye West has to be held accountable, because Kanye West only does better when he's being held accountable. Kanye West wants to have a show in Slovenia. What is Kanye West doing now? Kanye West has checked himself back in rehab because Kanye wants to make money. Kanye West only gets help whenever he's cancelled. So as such, Kanye needs to be cornered for the sake of his health and his well-being and his legacy and his kids every time he does these things. He should not be allowed to do them and get away with it. And as such, I do hope they cancel the show in Slovenia, because guess what? Every time Kanye West gets cancelled, he is forced to be a better version of himself. Bianca can't save you because she is being given the side high. How do you sit around and allow your husband to take so much nitrous oxide? Who led who to what? Who led who to where? Who is orchestrating this? Who refused to intervene? Who refused to report that nitrous oxide dentist? Who is behind all of this? Who around Kanye is setting up Kanye? And I'm not done with those people around Kanye, It's just that I'm not ready for them, because they're all facilitators in this bad behavior. The people who stood around him and refused to push him to get help. The friends who did not draw the line and insist that he gets help. The yes man and the yes gals around him, yes men and yes gals around him, they all need to be questioned. And I think that they need to be questioned in front of the police. And I think that if there's any blame on their path, they need to be held accountable. They need to be put behind bars for facilitating and culturing the bad behaviors. And to the people who consistently say on the internet, Kanye West hasn't said anything wrong, Kanye hasn't done anything wrong, knowing darn well he has, I think they need to be held accountable too. It is bad. We can always rebel against people. We can always rebel against community. We can always have our difference of opinion. And it's okay to be a freedom fighter. It's okay to be a visionary. It's okay to be a leader, but you cannot be a weak leader. It's not needed for you to sacrifice yourself, because when you sacrifice yourself and you're not getting your point across clearly, it is counterproductive. Keep holding Kanye West accountable, because this is the only thing that's going to keep him alive and keep him healthy. In case you're not paying attention, pay attention closely. Kanye West only do better when he's held accountable. Kanye West only does better when he's getting cancelled. He only wants to see his kids and truly wants to see his kids when he's cancelled. Kanye only goes to rehab when he gets cancelled. And that's the only way we can save Kanye West, until Kanye West truly and really authentically knows how to save Kanye West. So I do hope the show in Slovenia gets cancelled. And if your butt hurt, honey, good, you should be. Because ain't no way I'm gonna sit aside and watch a man ruin himself and his legacy and cheer him on and say, yes, speak up about those people, while he's slowly digging himself a ditch and slowly just rubbing out himself from history. There are things about Kanye West that no one can take away from him, and that his talent. And when he's good, he's damn good. He's authentic. He's a visionary. He's an inspirational leader. He's everything that's good under the sun, and he's so good that no one else can do it better. And I refuse to believe that that version of Kanye West no longer exists. You can take that BS and share it with someone else, but not me. I believe that that man is still inside Kanye West, but it just needs extra effort, extra work, extra care, and extra attention to pull him back out to the surface. And that's just my 2 cents on all of that. What's your take? Leave a comment below. While you're at it, if you like these type of videos, share with a friend, a family, subscribe, turn on your notification bell, and always love on yourself. Do not take what appears to be constructive criticism of everyone, because oftentimes what appears to be constructive criticism is slowly digging a ditch for you. Peace.